Okay, going live. I'm going to be making Monstar from Silverhawks. Have a, well, let me spin this sucker around. All right, Monstar from the Silverhawks there. I've got a Puma body, but let me get this video up so I can look at comments real quick. Killing the sound. Okay. Sorry, guys. But that's what I'm making. I'm making Monstar, the ever-living from Silverhawks. So, getting the chat up on the big screen here. Hey, Chase Perry. This is my action figure stuff, but I figure some folks might be interested. Hold on. Hey, June. All right, let's get this camera in the mount. Okay. Different setup for these because everything I'm doing is right down on this table. Okay. Hi, everybody. Looks like my Bigfoot sleep pants are just in frame. You've seen me wear worse. All right, so this is not a crazy difficult build, as I bought a head from the Silverhawks Ultimate Super 7 series. And the head should fit right on here. Obviously, I have to adjust it because it's not meant for this body. So I've got to Dremel this out so I can get this on. Boy, this head is crazy big. But the head's not that big, actually. If you look at like the proportions, the head's in proportion. There's just a ton of hair on it. So, yeah. All right. We'll do his body first, because I might have to make this hair a little more manageable, because he has these shoulder pads. And that's one of my concerns, is these shoulder pads have to go on. And with them on, he's got to be able to move his arms. Using the JB Weld for the for what they're used for. Okay, that's crazy. Who does that? All right, I can put a little standoff under here of 5-minute epoxy. This is the JB Weld type, the epoxy putty. So, yeah, that's what I'll do. I'll do that first. Howdy, Ace. I'm making Monstar from the Silverhawks, the pre-transformation one. Ace has made it. Hello, Ace. All right. The way I always mix this up is I kind of roll it like that into a noodle, and then I fold it over itself a few times, and then I roll it back out again. And that mixes it pretty fast. Ace, yes, this is me also. But I really have a passion for 80s and 90s action figures, especially Masters of the Universe. But this is a Silverhawks one I'm doing today. Now that will help glue that on, but also it'll help as far as move the spikes further out, so this crazy hair is less of a problem. I'm a big Motu fan. Only bad guys, of course, because they're monsters, and they're one of the reasons why I got into monsters. Beastman being my favorite. I did recently sculpt a I'm sculpting in Blender now. I've learned how to do that, and I made a Grizzlor head. Very happy with the Grizzlor head. And this channel is obviously, my other channel is doing well. It's 135,000 subscribers. This is, I think, even more niche than Halloween and haunt stuff, but I do hope to get this channel where it's doing something. There, see? Now the shoulder pads are on, and he still has arm movement that way. He won't have full arm movement, but you can either look cool or you can be posable. That's how it works. The cooler you look, the less posable you're going to be. Now I have a belt here, which the character doesn't really have, but popping these torsos is difficult. I think I can take off his legs right here with some heat, and then I'll be able to get this belt off. And I'm going to get the belt off, and I'm going to turn it around to put it back on. Because I'm looking at his armor, and he has a little dip right here. When we purchased Dark Hour, one of the things I purchased was the staff. And having that staff to help me do everything else really helps. Just casually heat gunning a crotch. You know how it is. This guy needs to go on. most of the time, heat is the answer of how to get these guys apart. Heat up a joint, work it the right way, they'll come out. Perfect. Well, I don't watch too many other Mo2 lives, and I don't even know how many folks are watching. Also, right now I'm on Top Chat. I should go change that to live chat just in case. Let me go change that to live chat. That way I don't miss anything. Okay. 12. Well, that is 12 more than I thought I'd have. So, all right. He has a fur crotch piece also. So this will go back on this way. Yes, I am familiar with Skelevator. I have seen his Snake Mountain builds and stuff, so yeah, I am familiar. Yeah, Skelevator, Hebrew. I follow some of them. I almost never catch lives, unfortunately. Seems like they always go live when I'm at work. All right, I need to do just a little bit of a fur effect down here. So that'll be a sculpt. Thursday night toy frenzy. What time Thursday night? Right now it is like 7:15 here for me. And I will give that a try. I was working on a custom Gygor earlier today. That is a big yellow gorilla. I appreciate that, Ace. I appreciate you pushing me out there a little bit. Right now I'm kind of random on when I can go live. I try to go live on Sundays. Haunted Housework sometimes changes that, since that's my day job. All right, so I've got a turning line right here. So, like, I don't want to stop that function. So I'm going to do all of my little fur sculpting here, and then I'll heat this belt and pull it over the top of that a little bit. Right now that looks inappropriate. I swear that'll turn into fur. This epoxy putty, it sticks really well to stuff. But if you use water on it, then your tool won't stick to it when you're sculpting, which is important. I like it because you only have 5 minutes to work with it, so you got to be fast. Okay, Aldo, welcome. I can't quite make sense of your emojis, but maybe I don't have to. I have a setup where I can see all the comments and such, so... Trying to get this applied while it's sticky. I use epoxy sculpt. It just takes an hour to set, and that's too long for me. You know, I kind of want to be faster than that. I try to get this on while it's sticky, and then I have time to sculpt my fur details in. You have a whole bunch of different epoxy sculpts over here. And I got some new stuff from a company called Ramph, Rampfh, I think it is. I'm going to try that out. I might try some of that tonight. We'll see. But I don't even know how long it takes to set up. Ideally, I like the, 5, 10, 15-minute stuff. And sometimes you'll do all this work on it, and then this pops off, and then you have a little plastic piece that you can just glue on. Ace, I can show a little more of that tonight if you want. I'm still kind of getting organized for this setup. Obviously, I was more set up for Halloween stuff. Hello, Manolo Cordova. I have a friend named Manolo. He is Greek. I wonder where this Manolo is from. Hello, Manolo. It's good to have you with us. Well, what I'm doing is right now I'm sculpting fur, so it's not like it's the most riveting thing in the world. I got to make sure I have enough room to put his legs back on to these posts. Yeah, I've been watching several terrible, terrible horror movies while I was working today. There's a series of slasher flicks called Steel Face, I think it's called. And he wears like a metal mask, and it's a trope, but it wasn't the worst. Yeah, there's a bunch in the series. There's like 4 of them. I watch them on Tubi. I watch a lot of Tubi because it's just a bunch of bad movies and it's free. This is firming up now, so it's getting harder to work with. But that is looking right about the way that it should. Got some refining to do. Trying to figure out what the camera is. Yeah. And then he kind of has like bralette armor on. I have some knockoff. Boy, what is that stuff called? It's the plastic. You heat it up. You could shape it. Use it in cosplay a lot. Oh, Night of the Seagulls is great. Love that one. I almost watched that today. No, this is more for cosplay. When I think of it, I'm trying to think of it, and that's why I can't. Okay. Yeah, I've seen Messiah of Evil, and the Devil's Claw is another good one. Kind of feels in that vein to me. Okay. It's a thermoform plastic, but it's a specialty plastic. It's almost it's mostly used for cosplay. Warbler. Warbler. This is a Warbler knockoff. That's the material. So when you're first putting these guys together, they look really funny because they're all different colors. And then you're able to paint it, and it all just kind of comes alive. All right, so that's my first layer on that side done. And I'm going to use this one on the other side. Yeah, that should work. I think most of the people on right now that I know of follow my Halloween channel. So I think they probably are, Ace. Oh, thank you, June. I've actually finished that guy a while ago. I just didn't have a chance to edit that video together. Yeah, this channel is, again, well, this is all me. So, you know, sometimes I run out of time. The rat is on this channel. It's a video that I posted. It's not a live. I think I posted it yesterday. Oh, that's cool, Ace. It looks like we might get a slime pit with the Turtles of Grayskull if they sell well, because it was on the art. I'm just tracing this one. Yeah, editing takes a while. So when you're cutting out something you traced, always cut just inside the line, because the line shows you where the marker couldn't get to. So trimming, trimming, trimming. The heat makes this stuff soft and stretchy. I want the bottom edge crisp, but I want these other edges to kind of soften out. Okay, be right back. This is the epoxy stuff I was talking about. I wanted to grab that from Ramp, R-A-M-P-F. Doesn't tell me on here how long it takes to set up. I'll have to experiment. All right. So this guy goes on. Exterminate, exterminate. Now that top edge I can just push down flat. It'll feather just right in there. That's pretty close to what I'm seeing in my reference. So I'm happy enough with it. All right. I'm going to heat up that belt. No, I have to turn him over and do his buttocks. Because if you don't have furry buttocks, then you are no fun at parties. That was a little too in the wheel well here. The leg well, I should say. Yeah, I think that'll be fine. And I can probably put these legs back on for sculpting the rest. The legs get no other special treatment. I might paint the tops of them first before I put them back on. Because that'll be tough to paint later, moving it all around. Let me grab some paint. Okay. I do tend to copy Forrest Gump when I say the word buttocks. Order of operations is a good thing to get right. That helps fill that out a little bit. Now that the shoulders are on. Yeah, that's better. And I don't think I'll have to do too much to the head as far as grinding hair away. Yeah. What am I doing, Alan? You're painting legs. Can you guys see over here? No. I do want to go pretty dark, but this color is not black. It's like a real deep burgundy on him. Mix a little bit of water in there so I don't see brush strokes. If you see brush strokes, normally your paint is either too thick, and you gotta thin it down a little bit so it's self-leveling, or what can also happen is you just need a second coat because you're streaking. That's only fun at sports events. Mm-hmm. Now I don't take the figures all the way apart and sand them and all that mess. I don't do that. I probably should, but I don't. Wow, so these furry cuffs come on and off too. Interesting. I'm not going to do that, but it's nice to know that they can. Okay. So I'm using, this is P3 paint. That's the brand. I have a bunch of, I mean, this is what I like because it sticks really well to most action figures. You know, I can paint vinyl with it if I need to, or, you know, most plastics. It's just pretty good all-purpose. I mean, I need the legs to dry before I can put them on, so I might as well do some painting up here, right? Just do that magic step of getting things closer to the same color. Whenever there's joints that I have to worry about, I like to paint them all the way in one direction. Like, you know, really like flex that knee all the way. And then you'll go back and do the other side. I think painting is the part that I'm kind of least skilled at. So this is what I try to work on. It's a double elbow. So in my Masters of the Universe world, Skeletor has kind of conquered other dimensions and taken other people to help. So, you know, he took over Silverhawks dimension. Well, now Monstar is one of his advisors. I just enjoy, you know, making up lore and seeing familiar characters. I think you can do both. Especially in Master of the Universe, because that is such an open world. The original, you know, pre-cartoons, where it was, yeah, this guy came out of the jungle. This chick gave him super powerful weapons that made him awesome. And now he fights this skull-headed dude to see who rules the castle. Like that, I mean, like that was enough for me. Yeah, I've made a bunch of figures for Skeletor's Council that are all pretty much, you know, main villains from other stories. I was going to make Shredder. I'm glad I didn't, because now I can just get a Origins Shredder from Turtles of Grayskull. This is Puma, by the way. This figure is Puma from Marvel Legends. I thought he would make a nice Monstar. Okay, so these guys are dry enough now. And get them good and soft. Which also dries the paint. Yeah, and in several of the cartoons, they say stuff like, Skeletor's away on a space mission. What the heck does that mean? You know? So, I just kind of gave it a little more meaning. I'm sure they will. They'll get to Merman for sure. He was the second bad guy released. So, and he featured heavily in the cartoon. Okay. There we go. Legs are back on. To the left. I can do that. How's that? I do need to take in some of this under here. Forgive me, it'll be a little noisy. Yeah, Merman is probably my second favorite of the Evil Warriors. Easily my second favorite. You know, I like Grizzlor. I like all the monstery ones. I like Trapjaw, but not as much as I like Beastman and Merman. All right, that all I did, you can't even tell from the top. I dremeled the bottom half of these so that the head can get a little bit closer. There we go. Like that fits on a lot better now. I won't glue this head on until last. I am going to touch up the paint on the head. So I'm working on a Monstar action figure. Monstar is Silverhawks. he's their kind of big bad, and I'm doing a big Eternia train set where it's the whole dark side of Eternia, and so this is Monstar is one of Skeletor's council. So I took a lot of the big bads and I just said, hey, Skeletor took over their area. So now it's him. All right, I am furring up the buttocks now. These are my buttocks. I'll just go ahead and mix all of this, even though Paper Maker, are you a Halloween guy or an action figure guy out of curiosity? Or none of the above? This is the 5-minute epoxy steel stick putty. Although I think it's the JB Weld version. This is water. It's just dirty paint water. I don't find fur very complex to do. Normally a little wire tool and a bunch of lines will get the feeling across. And that gets you all the way up to Midland. If you want better than that, it's going to take a little more, but normally Midland is good enough. If anybody says, hey, you didn't do a good job on that fur, on that loincloth, you can say, why are you looking at the action figure's butt? Like, what's wrong with you? There we go. We have a largely furry butt. I hear they're the best kind. From no one ever. And that's probably not true. All right, I now have fur up front, fur in the back. Gotta wait a few minutes for that to go. While I'm doing that, I guess I'll mix up a little more paint. Because now I've got to get his arms based. The Puma Legends figure is perfect for this because It has little tufts of hair on the arms and down by the feet, just where Monstar has them. So, and that same slender build, too. He almost looks like a robot or an armored knight in his other form. But to me, it looks kind of like a wolfman in this one, so I like this one. Now, you'd think that the thinner you get it, the less it'll stick. But sometimes, if it's too thick, it lays on there instead of really... It doesn't sink in, but settling. Let's say that. His whole body is tinted this black, reddish black. One of the things I love about this 5-minute epoxy is after about 2 minutes, it's strong enough to paint. Like I can paint it. And then it's a chemical curing, so it's curing inside of that layer of paint. And I know that this doesn't look amazing right now. I get it. Let's hope for a decent finished product. So it is the 20-something, right? It's like 21st, 22nd. My plan for this year, for this channel, was to do a Beast Man of the Month. So I will, in the next 10 days or so, knock out a custom Beast Man. I have a whole bunch that I want to do. Like I want to do an anti-Eternia Beast Man. I think that could be really cool looking. I want to do a Yeti Beast Man. I want to make a couple Beast Men out of some King Kong figures. And I'm going to kind of make them like other members of his tribe as opposed to him specifically. Because I'm building a whole base for him called Savage Rock. It's where him and Gygor and the other simian-style characters can hang out. Yeah, he's my favorite, so getting a bunch of those out of my system will be really nice. And there's also Ursa Prime. I don't think that's the name anymore. That was the name at one point before Optimus Prime came out, I think. But Ursus Prime was the red bear version of Beastman that they turned down because they said it looked too much like Chewbacca. All right. I have my cartoon collection, Beastman. I have two or three of them. I like it. It's good. The Origins Beastman was really nice. It just needed a repaint. What you can't see is I'm heat gunning this guy now. Just help him dry a little. Okay. I don't. That's not dry, but I think it's handleable. There we go. A little more water in this. It was a little thicker than it needed to be. And I have to go into all the details of this fur down here. Yeah, Night of the Seagulls is one of my favorite Tombs of the Blind Dead movies. I did watch The Ghost Galleon the other day. That's always fun too. They're so they're so cheesy in their creepiness. I kind of love it. Any of the Tombs of the Blind Dead movies are great. Yeah, the head sculpt on the Lords of Power Beast Man is not great. Yeah, his whole head sculpt needs some work. All right, he does have to dry. I got a little bit more to paint. And he's got to dry a good bit before I can mess with him too much. All right. So, let me get this phone out of here. And you wanted to see my organization, I think, or supplies or whatever. I think you'll be vastly disappointed in how unorganized I actually am. Okay. So this station's on wheels. And this kind of I can move around wherever I want. I always keep this power bar back here. It's got a grinder Dremel, a saw Dremel, battery operated sanding Dremel ready. Hot glue gun is kind of always here and ready. This is my canvas lamp that holds my phone and stuff. Really like that. Heat gun is always on standby. Let's see. That's the back of my Snake Mountain. These are organization shelves. That this one holds figures. This one holds stuff. So like here, this is RIT dye for when I dye figures. Tongue depressors, blue paint brushes are in there. Inch paint brushes are here. Adhesives are in here. Epoxy putties are in there. Let's see. That's Owlbear. It's hanging out. I haven't. Did I post him yet? I don't think I've posted him yet. But I just finished up my Monstar version of Serpentor. So, yeah. And this is Dr. Paranoid from Street Sharks. Did him. Everybody in this is part of Skeletor's council. Most of these other ones are waiting to be changed. Waiting to be changed. It works well. Sometimes it bleeds through. So, like, if you dye them all black, it's hard to paint a light color on top of it because the black will seep through. And there might be a period of time where that stops, but I don't know exactly when that is. I did a Karg for Origins back there. He was pretty recent. This is Clawful, but I took the top half of the Masterverse Clawful and I put the legs of the Origins Clawful on it because top half of Masterverse is pretty perfect. These are all like these 1, 2, 3. Those are all Evil Warriors, except Jason. He just got stuck in there. This is all Snake Men. The Horde are down here. You can see Hordak peeking back there. And this one, this one, this one, this one, this one are all figures that I have made. But all of these guys in here are fodder. Like this is not. These are Gamorrean guards and Jabba the Hutt because that he's on Eternia also. He'll have a palace on the dark side of Eternia. So I'll make some bad guys to go with him. Let's see. All of these containers hold. Here's the Gygor that I'm working on. This is a sneak peek. This is the King Kong from the new movie. The toy is out. So. Did I ever alter who? The green bug. Oh, I haven't altered him yet. And I was going to... I got him because I was going to use him for my Death's Head figure. But then I just got other stuff, and I liked other stuff better. And I ended up doing Death's Head this way, so I didn't need that figure. This is Death's Head. That's Skeletor's messenger, who just looks like the Mothman. So... yeah, so I'll use him for something. Over here is my Beastman shelf. And there's General Evil Warriors down here. This is the first Masterverse Beastman, except that's a custom head that I made, sculpted in Blender and 3D printed and put with it, and I sculpted his fur shoulders and stuff too. So he's not quite done yet, but he's pretty close. Let's see. Yeah, there's some... there's some more customs up here. I don't have all the customs together. Another custom up there. That big King Kong is probably going to get turned into Beastman eventually. Or maybe that one. But yeah, I got a thing for King Kong, Beastman, Yeti, all kinds of stuff. Let's see, over here, this is a mess. Like, this is stuff I've bought in the last couple weeks. I liked his body color, so I'm going to use that when I do Saw Boss. I'm doing a mix-up of Saw Boss and Evil Seed, because they're kind of the same character, but that'll be his body color. These are the new King Kong movie toys. There's the King Kong. It's the same as I made Geiger out of, but smaller. And this is Scar King, who I'm going to turn one of those into a Grizzlor, I think, because his size is perfect. I did find Mouse Jaw from Turtles of Grayskull, but none of the others yet. I picked up a couple of these guys. I have plans for one of them. I might do Horde Troopers out of them, like big death bots. Another one of those. But yeah, all this stuff is, you know, I got this. It was half of this. So this guy was $7. All these were on sale, except for, like, the new cartoon collections. And I like this armor, and I want that green body. He's the only one with a green body. I'm going to turn him into Mum-Ra. So he'll be going... probably one of my next videos will be Mum-Ra. But... yeah, I just get stuff for fodder, and then, you know, make things. Let's see. Yeah, here's like my P3 paints and stuff. This area is not cleaned up. Sorry. See what I cut the wings out of for the moth guy. But yeah, while I'm working, I have comments up here, and I have reference and reference. So I keep looking over here to check the reference. Well, we have like an Ollie's store. Go to Ross Dress for Less. They have Motu all the time. Oh. Okay. I have a failed print in here. I should have, that print thing should be full, but it is not, and I don't see anything in the tank. Weird. We're going to check this out real quick. Um, all right, this did not stick, so I'll have to get on that, figure out what went wrong. Never fun when you get a failed print. Yeah, so that's my 3D printing setup. And then over here, this is an empty space now, but I've got some plans for some more shelving and things in here. I've got a spare Castle Grayskull. I have a new Motu, the CG one, Castle Grayskull. In this box is the Hebrew set to make Castle Grayskull like Super Deluxe. And then, you know, just some different things that I got. I got him because I wanted the brush that came with this big set. But I will turn this into Tila's unicorn from the first couple books. I just got this. It was like $8 on Amazon. This is like this rhinoceros monster from Avatar: The Last Airbender. But it's a perfect mount for Motu guys. Yeah, I got the torches. And this is my custom painted origins in a throne that I did for him. So that he'll be at Savage Rock when that gets set up. And this is the Alcala octopus monster, the monster from the depths. I did a custom of that. So, yeah. My shop is not clean. I'm working on making my own skeleton warriors for filler, because Castle Grayskull will not. Skeletor is still living at Snake Mountain. He will not be living at Castle Grayskull, even though he owns it. He will be. Castle Grayskull will be with Scareglow, and Scareglow will have an undead army there. Let me see. Yeah, okay. Well, it used to be set up for something different. It was set up for mask making. It was really great for that. And then all that went to Dark Hour, the haunt that I bought. So now I'll be setting it up for, you know, its stuff. All right. Was that enough time for this to dry? Mostly. I want to say that's mostly dry. I'm going to hit this with some heat real quick. I have one of those. I have one of the snake play sets. I was going to work it into the snake gate because the snake that came with the Origin Snake Mountain sucks. So I was going to work it into Snake Mountain. I just wasn't able to time-wise. Or I tried it a couple ways. I didn't like it. So now I can pull that belt down. And that looks pretty good. Yeah, the snake is cool. It's got that striking action. I have one. If I see another one for $10 or so, I'll pick it up. And that's not a hard target to hit out here. Yeah, even Amazon, you know, if you just want... I actually didn't show you my bin of Motu figures. All the ones in that holder mostly that weren't finished figures, those were all non-Motu figures that I'm turning into Motu figures. So just a storage tub. It's all the ones that are not doubles, you know. Gotta paint your bits. Hold still, sir. All right. There we go. Lord have mercy. All right. Again, we're drying. We're drying. I'm in that Dallas, Texas area is where I'm at. What I'm super on the hunt for right now is the Andre the Giant figure for the WWE Superstars. The WWE Superstars line, it's a Walmart exclusive line, and they have made an Andre the Giant. Well, it's Mattel, and it's the same buck, the same body as Master of the Universe, as Origins. So I really want to get that and make some bigger figures. Put on my big old flippy lens glasses to see detail. I'm going to look at this head here. I don't like his skin tone. And they've got some mispainting in the mouth area. The hair is good. The star is painted on, but it's also stamped in, and the paint doesn't match that stamp at all. So I'm going to take a little brush and remove his face paint and try and leave the paint on his hair with acetone. It's amazingly hard to find online. It is, I mean, they should be $20. I'd pay $30, no problem for them. But I can't find them anywhere. I didn't go out today, but yesterday I hit 4 Walmarts looking for it. I'm hoping they'll use that buck to make a Megator down the road. That's why I like acetone. Takes that paint right off. If you grab one, I could Venmo, I could Facebook Cash, I could do anything to get that sucker. Um, I don't normally buy one of something if because like I want to make a good Cyclops with it, like a Harryhausen style Cyclops. There's a lot of stuff I want to do with it. And if I paint this guy as opposed to using the paint job that came on it, and I'm painting the rest of the figure, it'll look more like it's all from one world. Because mine won't be as precise as theirs. I mean, in some ways it'll be more precise, but it won't be as clean. I'm a little messy. I'm working on it. I would want 4 Andre the Giants. Um, if you, I'm on Instagram. Are you on Instagram? On Instagram, I'm Vine Jungle Figure Factory. If you would send me a message, then I can send you a picture of exactly which one I want. Um, but yeah, the LA market does get stuff kind of first. LA and New York get it, and then we get it about 2 months after. So it is quite possible that you've got them sitting in your stores, and I haven't seen any yet. But I want 4 of them. And I'd gladly pay $30 a piece. Okay, I got most of that paint off. That's enough. Let me take a peek at the cartoon and see real quick. I appreciate that, Ace. All right. Or if you want, I could trade you a frogmonger, as I have a couple frogmongers. I need to look at. Okay, so it's a flesh tone, but it's a lighter flesh tone. Yeah. I'm gonna go that one. Yeah, man, I would love. Yeah, because they have the WWE Motu, which they did an Andre the Giant for that. That one's perfectly fine. I'd love to get those. It's the same figure. And I don't care about the head because I'm doing customs. Yeah, I can't find those WWE Motus anywhere now. Like now, those are gone. No, it has to be the WWE Superstars of Wrestling. Trust me, I look on Walmart every day to see if it pops up. And if they do, they're like $60. But yeah, this is a very, it's a hard to find figure for me, and it's a Walmart exclusive. The WWE Superstars is an exclusive. Um, the the wrestling one that was like a mix. That one is more available. Yeah, Walmart sucks at exclusives. Yeah, the line is called Superstars of Wrestling, and they're all He-Man figure bodies. The most recent line was Andre the Giant. Before that, it had Earthquake in it, and Earthquake was a chubby buck. Yeah, if I could get snout spouts for 7, they all still want 15 for him here. If I get snout spouts for 7, I'd buy a few more. I used one to make Overlord. How's your view on this, guys? Can you see okay? Because right now I'm having a hard time seeing. Yeah, because those superstars, even those go on sale. And if I see them for $10 or less, I buy them. And sometimes they have different boots and stuff. So I'll buy them, kind of for the boots. Although I see myself doing a little bit less of that now because now I can just 3D print boots. I got my 3D printer for Christmas, and it has been awesome. Kind of taught myself to sculpt in Blender at the same time. So now I'm making heads like crazy. But I bought this head before. I've had this head for months. Bought it off eBay. This is one of the Ultimates heads. All right, you guys to dry up. Yeah. Yeah, June. Walmart allows third-party sellers, and what that means is they're just terrible. I'm gonna grab another head while I'm sitting here, because I can paint, from back and forth from one head to the other while one dries. And I've been wanting to repaint I've been wanting to do a repaint on a Masterverse Beastman. I've got to find his head real quick. Give me a second to find the head that I want to paint. Now I'm going to grab a torso to put this on while I paint it. Yep, Origin snout spouts, man. I'd have bought, I don't know, 4 of those for $7 a piece. He's got a nice, simple outfit. I don't have a reference right now for him, but I do know Beastman pretty well. Second coat here. Yeah, Jax is not the right company. These would be by Mattel. It's a very specific toy. It's Superstars of Wrestling has to be on it. WWE Superstars of Wrestling. And it only came out this year, 2024. Yeah, I assure you, I scour the internet over this sucker. Have a pretty healthy list of toys that I'm kind of looking for. Right now, he's pretty close to the top. Yeah, the one by Mattel is it's on this. Mattel also makes Masters of the Universe, and right now Mattel is making a Masters of the Universe Origins line, and they're using the same bodies for these wrestlers. But Andre was so big, they had to use a different body. So that's a Master of the Universe body, but it's bigger. So that's why it's so kind of rare and awesome. Isn't that just a better skin tone? He was just too tan before. I don't think he spends time in the sun. So He might spend time in a sun, but not the sun. So one thing I really want to start doing is getting some artwork appraised. Do some big art pieces and then get it appraised. I just think that's something that I think it's cool to have someone tell you that your art is worth something, or tell you that it's not worth anything. They might say, well, you painted this on a $40 piece of plywood, so now it's worth $35. I'll be like, woohoo! That sounds good, Ace. So how many folks are watching at this point? I'm sure it's less than before because of how the world works. I gotta switch over the camera so you guys can, so I can see what's on camera. Dan, what's up, Cobwebs? I'm doing action figure stuff. Which, it's a hobby and it makes me happy. Yeah, we've had a lot of just cold rain the past couple days. So indoors, working the action figures is a good place to be. There's one or two stores that might still have a Stinkor in it. And I've been doing enough running around, I'll be happy to check. I'll look. That's one I just realized I might want to get another one of too, because he's got a solid black body, and it's only him and Ninjor. He has the white stripes on his arms, but acetone will take those off real quick. And I need a few. I have two ninjas right now in a group. Yeah, do you have heat and air in your shop? Cobwebs? Are you able to work it on stuff when when it's cold out? I mean, resins are just a pain in the butt when it's too cold. All right. Coat 3 says, I'm done. Yeah, but Anti-Eternia I think is harder to find than Stinkor. If you put in Master of the Universe Origins in Amazon, every now and then you'll get, like, Sunman right now, you get him for $7 on Amazon all day. And he's a basic body. Yes, I'm making Monstar in his pre-transformation form. So I've just put this body together during the cast, during the show here. And I'm starting to paint on the head. And I will be doing paint on, I'm painting his body here shortly. I was just letting it kind of dry while I was working on these two heads. I must grab a detailed paintbrush. Are those in the 3-pack, Ace? Because I've still got them in Target here. See, I wouldn't even be able to get 1.5-inch foam sheets because they don't sell that here. We don't insulate that way or that thick. Yeah. Matty Collector was the Classics line, and the Classics Beastman is probably the best one ever put out. Yeah, if I wanted it, I'd have to get it special ordered. It would be a giant pain in the butt. That, you know, different places have different needs. Hello, FBI. Is it a common thing to just pop on live streams, drop 3, emote a normal thing? Because several people have done that. I would kind of like to talk to you. I think most folks don't monitor their messages on lives. I get quiet when I'm doing detail, so sorry about that. So these are my favorite brushes. These are ghost brushes. You can buy them on eBay. And man, do I love these things. Really good for detail. But I also really love their, these brushes are really good for spreading around. They're white-handled ghost brushes. Amazing brushes. Not a bad price. I kind of found them at random. He actually subscribed to one of my YouTube channels. I forget which one. And, you know, I check out my subscribers. And I found his, he made ghost brushes. Wow, you're a patient man saving cat whiskers. How often do you get called patient, Cobwebs, Mr. Throw It on the Roof? I hear you, Cobwebs. I hear you. Okay, I'm going to paint this black with a red star. I think the original is red with a black star. About 7 seconds. Once again, guys, I'm sorry. I go into silent mode when I'm doing detail because even just talking moves your chest and everything, and some of these lines you got to hold your breath while you're painting, and that's not very interesting for a live. Sorry. All right, time for straps. This is a head from that new release. Um, I want one to fit in with Masters of the Universe Origins line, and those are 5.5 inches, and the ones that Super 7 put out are 7 inches. So I have made a 6-inch one here, and I'm just using the Monstar from Super 7. It comes with like 3 heads. So I bought one of these heads off eBay. Although if I had known I would not have bought one, I would have just sculpted my own in Blender and printed one up. But I didn't know I would get a 3D printer for Christmas, and I didn't know I would take to it the way that I have with the Blender sculpting. And for what you do, you need to... I hope you have a 3D printer, Cobwebs. You should get one. They're neat. And a lot of folks just make knickknacks with them, but I think it takes people who are creative to get them and then get them out of knickknack mode. Yeah, it's cool when they come with all those extra body parts. Um, I'm an opener, so I tend to just pick one and then display, and then I'll throw all the extra stuff in my customizing bin. We'll have a bit of cleanup to do here, but happy with that. Black is done on this one. Yeah. Good night, June. Well, the cobwebs. It depends on if it's cheating or not. What it is, it's remarkable technology. Is walking real and then driving is cheating? I don't see it that way. And everything I'm printing now, I'm actually sculpting in Blender. I'm sculpting in the computer. So I'm sculpting it and then I'm printing it. Yeah, I never did a test print. Like they say you're supposed to do this cube as a test print. Well, I end up doing... my very first print was, heads I had sculpted. And if you're the one sculpting it, and it's printing something you sculpted, well, I don't know. I don't have issue with that. Now, AI art, that is, sampling other people's work and stealing it and hodgepodging it together. Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of that as much. I think it has its uses. Yeah, one thing that you can do is you can sculpt something and then print the mold for it. So every piece you make is casted, but you sculpt the piece and then you just make the negative around it. It's cool tech, and you can hate on it and wish it away, but it's not going to go away, and just rough. It's the genie's out of the bottle. And Blender, the sculpting program, is free. That's the one that I use. Mm-hmm. Okay, there's 912. Yeah. And there's I'm aware of Thingiverse, and I'm aware of Cults. Cults, at least, is one where you pay and the people get money. But yeah, it could be an issue. See the same crap everywhere. I don't like that. Cobwebs, I'm with you on that. I'm with you on that. I don't think. I think a lot of folks look at it as a get-rich-quick scheme. I can make these statues and then sell these statues. And I'd argue the point of whether or not they made them. I'm right there with you on that. But if you sculpt it and you print it, I think that's all right. And then there's, quote unquote non-artistic uses like battery boxes and things. When I hear they 3D printed a circuit board case, I don't get up in arms about that. And I don't, I guess that's different than a Deadpool statue 47. But I hear you. Am I on camera now? No, I'm not. Hello, Stay Weird. I think I need a little more white. All right, that is his eyes and teeth whited. Focus. All right, now you have an eye to white and you have teeth to white. Trying to lay that point right before the corner of the eye, because I know it's going to spread out a little bit. I'll lay that point in and then drag it back. That's why I put the black down first. As long as I have that black down first, then my eye is lined kind of automatically. There we go. Now teeth. Okay. This guy's eye white is done. A single cat whisker, huh, Cobwebs? I might give that a shot at some point in time. Lord knows I have 4 cats I can chase down for one. Okay. All right. I have blue to do on the Beast Man, and I have red to do on Monstar. All right, that's all I needed blue for. That was it. It was a little bit under the eyes. These are P3 paints because they stick well to most action figure plastics and resins. Nice pigment on them, and I tend to like my colors bright. This one will not be a fun paint. Okay. Hello, Thiago. I appreciate the offer, but Okay. Obviously, we're having trouble. So, sorry, guys, if we're having issues with the live. I'm close to wrapping on this tonight anyway. All right. His star is in. There we go. I think, gang, I have Wi-Fi issues. That's where I'll be leaving this for tonight. I've almost got through this figure, but I did not. So, clean off my brush really well. I think you guys can see where this is going. Monstar. Completely not Mum-Ra, the ever-living. Very different guy. He will get his body painted up here soon. I have great plans for Monstar. So you guys are awesome. Thanks for hanging out. In this channel, when I end, I say, you have the power. Make whatever you want.